What's up, you guys, and welcome back to So by GiGi 101. Today is Tuesday. That means it is time for a recap, a review, or whatever of Pretty Little Liars. But if you've been on my channel and watching these series, then you know Pretty Little Liars is on hiatus, and we are doing Fuller House. So that is what we are recapping, reviewing, whatever. We're already on episode 7, and that's what we're reviewing today. Ramona's not-so-epic party. So this episode I actually really enjoyed because, again, it was one of those episodes where the show just really stood on its own and had some minor like shade of the past. That's what we'll call it. So in this episode, we see Ramona, who's the daughter of Kimmy Gibbler, and her soon-to-be ex-husband, Fernando, turn 13. And of course, like most girls, she just wants it to be the most memorable day of her life because it is one of the new stages of her life, turning into a teenager. If you're not familiar with stages of life, just check out Erik Erikson's 7 Stages of Life. Or it might have been 8. I have not taken that class in 3-4 years. Don't judge me. So, all she wants for her birthday is for her party to be epic and for her parents to get along, because her parents bicker about everything. And so they said that they would be willing to get along for the day. So they go off and they go on a family shopping spree. All this is going on. We see DJ at her veterinarian office and we run into a very familiar face. We run into Steve. So time out. Let's just stop and talk about how on Full House, Steve was hot. And side note fact, if you didn't know, Steve actually voices the voice of Aladdin in Disney's Aladdin. And let's reel it back into the show. So Steve comes in and Steve brought in Comet Jr. Jr. to the vet. And he kind of hints around to DJ about him being lonely and about, he has no one in the bed with him since Comet left. And DJ just isn't catching on to all of his cues. That's one thing I'll say about DJ in this show. She doesn't catch on to much of anything. So he finally just tells her, okay, I'm catching on to the fact that I'm single. And she still doesn't catch it. She's like, okay, don't worry, I'm single too. It's all good. And he's like, well, maybe we can have dinner together and discuss what it's like being single. And that's when DJ kind of gets it. And she's like, okay, as long as it's not like an actual date, just like friends talking about being single. No pressure, right? He's like, I look forward to not dating you. She was like, then it's a date, but not a real date. And he's like, fine. Then all of a sudden, Dr. McHottie Hotter Pants, this guy, I'm telling you, I'm available. Amen. He comes in, he's like, Comet Jr. Jr. is ready. Steve is like baffled. He's like, who are you? He's trying to like figure out if he's like married or gay or anything like that. And the guy's like, nope, I'm pretty straight and single. And he's like, great, so DJ's working with a hot, straight, single, rugged, awesomely cute guy. Have you met Kimmy Gibbler? And he tries to get her hooked up with Kimmy Gibbler. And DJ's like, yeah, that's a great idea. She's fun. You'll really like her. You should come to the party that we're having. Her daughter's turning 13. You should come. You should meet her, blah, 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 blah. So he agrees to come, but it's very clear that he's agreeing to go for DJ, not for Kimmy. So Steve's gone. That's it that we see for him for a while. So here comes the shaded puns. The scene goes back to the house, and DJ's cleaning the house, and she's all like, I don't know why I'm cleaning this house for like 20 teenagers to come over and mess it up. As she's saying this, and as she's cleaning, she cleans over Danny Tanner's picture frame, and she's like, oh, now I remember why I'm doing it. In walks Ramona, Fernando, and Kimmy, and she's like, how was the shopping? And she was like, great, I got my first name brand dress. It is a Nirvana dress by Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Of course, anyone who knows, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen were the twins that played Michelle Tanner. And Kimmy goes, with the prices that they charge for their dresses, no wonder why they don't need to act anymore. So, of course, more puns and shades kind of thrown at the Olsens for not being involved in the project. I do believe that it's all in good fun. So, basically, while all that's going on, Ramona runs upstairs to get dressed for the party. Jackson is getting ready, and Stephanie walks in while he's like just drowning himself in cologne because he's still obsessed over this one girl who's going to be at Ramona's party. And Stephanie pretty much tells him that, like, you need to take all that stuff off and you just need to be you because that's who she's really going to like. While all this is going on, our still showing favorite character, Max, is busy trying to potty train, what's his name? Cosmo? Or Cosmic? Comet Jr.'s child. And he's trying to potty train him because he's just pooping and peeing all over the house. So let's flash forward all the way to the party. So Stephanie is DJing the party, and all of a sudden the lights blow out, and this party is turning out to be completely miserable. The lights blew out, the cake melted, which I don't understand why there was an ice cream cake outside instead of in the refrigerator until it was ready to be eaten, but hey, I do not judge. So Stephanie's trying to do everything that she can to kind of like get the party going and to get everybody like together, and Ramona's like, DJ, I keep calling her DJ. Ramona's like, Stephanie, help. And she's like, okay, it's the dark. I know the perfect thing to do. Everybody pair up and make out. And all of a sudden, DJ runs in and goes, nobody pair up and nobody make out. Like, legit, it was the funniest part of the whole entire episode. So funny. So, DJ goes back into the kitchen. All of a sudden, hot doctor veterinarian guy shows up. And, you know, he goes to help Kimmy because he goes to meet Kimmy, and she's choking on like a corn dog or something, and he ends up like giving her the Heimlich maneuver, and she gives him a hug because he saved her life. And Fernando comes up because he was downstairs trying to figure out what was going on with the circuit breaker, and he sees this. He takes a dishwash and slaps him in the face with it, and literally my face just went. And then the camera shoots over to Kimmy and to DJ, and they're like, and Fernando's like, I challenge you. I don't know what accent that was, but he's like Hispanic. Obviously, his name is Fernando. And Hottie Doctor is all like, to what? A dishwashing duel? And Kimmy's like, what are you doing? Like, he saved my life. And so now Fernando feels stupid. And Fernando's like, you know what? I'm so sorry. And he like goes and gives Dr. Hottie a kiss. And Dr. Hottie's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go. And DJ runs out after him. And DJ tells him that he's cute when he's had a lot of tequila and been slapped with a dishwash glove. And he goes, well, you're really cute when I've had tequila. And DJ's like, and then he's like, not like you're not cute when I haven't had tequila. And DJ once again is like, and then he goes, you know what, I'm going to leave and stop talking. And as he opens the door to go, Steve pops up and goes, hey, have you met Kemi? Isn't she awesome? And he's like, actually, I'm leaving. And he goes, great, I'll walk to your door and make sure that you actually go. So he ends up leaving. While that's going on, Ramona and, not Ramona, I was going to say Fiona. Oh my goodness. Kimmy and Fernando are in the kitchen and they're fighting. And Ramona walks in and she's like, you can't even get along for a day. This is the worst. My party sucks and my parents still can't get along. So she goes up to her room. So of course they follow up to her room and she just wants to know why things can't be the way that they are. And they have to find a way to explain to her that people can love each other without being in love. And they tell her that she should go back down to her party. And she's like, no, because this party sucks. People who aren't even here are texting me that this party sucks. And all of a sudden, they all come in, all the guests, DJ, Stephanie, Max, everyone. They come in with the cupcakes, and she's like, you guys are still here? And they were like, of course, we came here for you, to celebrate you. They tell her, make a wish and blow out the candle. Right after she blows out the candle, the lights come back on, and DJ's like, did you wish for that to happen? And she looks at her parents, and she's like, no, I wished for something else. So they go back downstairs, and they start the party up. Stephanie's playing, everything's going all good or whatever, and then everyone clears out, and it's just Ramona and her parents, and she tells them that she had a great time at the party and that she loved them. And, you know, Ramona, why do I keep saying Ramona? Kimmy and Fernando start talking, and one thing leads to another, and they end up making out. All of a sudden, the dog barks, and we see Max and Cosmo, or Comic, whatever that dog's name is, in the doghouse, and they're like, did you see anything you weren't supposed to see? And he was like, nope, I just saw you guys making out for a really long time. And they were like, well, no one can know about that, especially Ramona, so, like, you have to be quiet. And he's like, well, the thing is, I can't keep a secret. I hide all my candy in my closet. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I can't keep a secret. And they were like, well, if anyone asks what happens, just say nothing. And he said, I can do that. So in walks DJ, and he's like, hey guys, what's up? And he goes, nothing. And he runs off. And then she's like, what's wrong with Max? And Kimmy and Fernando are like, nothing. And they run off. So then she looks at the dog and she goes, what just happened? And he barks and he runs off. And she's just like, hey. And the episode ends. So I actually really did enjoy this episode. I laughed quite a bit while watching this episode. And like I said, this was an episode that actually stood on its own. And that's why I liked it. I like the fact that even though Steve still has feelings for DJ, she's not feeding into them. She's actually entertaining the thought of Dr. McHottie Pants. And honestly, I would too, because Steve looks way old now. Like, he looks older than DJ. It's so bizarre. But anyway. And I also like the fact that it's kind of reversed, because usually, and I mean, it's probably a stereotype, and I don't want to sound like a stereotype, but usually the girl is the one that pines over the lost high school sweetheart. And the fact that it's not the girl this time, and that it's the guy, is a nice change of pace that we see on television. There you go. That's a stereotype that we see on television. So I really, really like that. I like the fact that we got to see Kimmy Gibbler not be so goofy and so whimsical and actually be a real person and actually have to deal with real issues. I thought that that was really awesome, because I say it in every review that it really, really, really bugs me that Kimmy still acts like Kimmy and that she hasn't grown up at all. So when they do make her act like an adult, I really enjoy those scenes. I also like seeing the friendship of DJ and Kimmy still being the same. It's a little bit annoying that it feels like DJ has become a lot more naive since being a mom. But all in all, it was a really good episode. And dare I say, I can't wait to see what happens in the next one. So it's kind of like every other episode I really enjoy, and every other episode I'm just like, meh, I could live without this. Well, that's all I have for you in today's review. Don't forget to subscribe so that way you can be part of the GiGi Meister Merpod and swim with us in all of our adventures. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and share, because sharing is caring. I'll see you guys later. Loves and likes ya. Bye!